Hi everyone, I'm Max from the Max team and I am with Paradox. How are you?
Doing very well, Max. How are you doing on this fine
Yeah, fine.
Thursday evening of the
Yeah?
23rd of July? That's gone by extraordinarily fast, don't you think?
Yeah. And tonight we are here for this Max Open Cup 7 with this round 7 as well. And it's the penultimate round and we have very good players right now. BabyBear from Belgium versus Chewie from Sweden. And then we have Burr0 from Germany versus Fenghuang. Do you pronounce this like this?
I believe so. Let me just take a look at how it's spelled. Yeah, I think I pronounce it Fenghuang. So yeah, that's what we'll go with from good old Portugal. So Max, why don't you go over the stakes for us? What are these players playing for?
Oh, I'm gonna
What
tell.
is on offer this
Yeah, yeah.
fine
I'm
evening,
uh,
sir?
I'm gonna give you the information about them. Just a few seconds. So now we have Baby Bear at 5-1 here. And you have to be at least at 6-2 to hope get to the playoffs because it will be top 16. And then we have Burr0 at 5-1 and looking for Fenghuang, it's 5-1-2, and the last player is Chewie, the Swedish player. F5-1, everyone can make it, and we have to you have to wait. You have to wait for this the end of the round to see if you can get to 6-1 or if you are probably eliminated because there will be only few 6-2 that can reach the playoffs. What do you think about
Yeah,
the players that we have this evening? Do you know
right.
most of them?
I do know most of the players, yes. So let's go over the first match first. So Baby Bear is, of course, a wonderful member of the Meister Tourney Open group, the tournament practice group that's been a big part of the Masters Tour qualifying meta. So far, we've managed to get two of the Tourney Open group players in top four in the last two Masters Tours in a
Yeah,
row. So I'm not gonna toot my own horn a bit here, but I'd say we've got some pretty good players on board. And one of those players, of course, does happen to be the wonderful Baby Bear from Belgium. And so
yeah,
I asked her I believe it was last Sunday, when you told me who we were going to be playing with, and I said,
yeah.
"Is there any fun tidbits you'd like for me to be aware of?" And she actually made a pretty interesting joke. She said, I didn't have time to prepare a lineup this week, so I just yoinked up Suna's lineup this morning half an hour before the deadline. And so my good friend Orange then jokingly said, "So basically, what you're saying is that if you lose, I should blame it on Tsuna." So I'm sure there's no pressure whatsoever for Tsuna if he's watching the stream right now. And then, as far as Chewie, what Chewie told me is that he likes to play a lot of more unorthodox decks like the Weapon Rogue and the Pure Spell Mage. And he emphasized that he really likes playing Mage. He thinks that's the deck he's really comfortable with. He actually did bring it today, so I'm fully on board with that. And then he said that he just took a break from the game for a while, just trying to make sure his head's in the right space. And hey, he's 5-1 in Max League, so
Yeah.
clearly that's working out very well for Chewie. But let's see if he can go for a big 6-1 here against one of the best players in Europe.
Okay, and fortunately we have the lineups incoming in just a few seconds because Streamlabs OBS doesn't want to display it, but it will soon. It will soon when I click this and I click this. Here we are. Chewie's lineup, bringing a hunter, a mage, a priest, and a warrior. And I have the ban. Both priests have been banned on this first match, this first confrontation. So we have this hunter Is it the hunter that Orange loved recently? Did the same one?
It's a little bit different. Like the build Orange liked a bit ran Moonfang, but it does have a lot
Yeah.
of similar elements to it, actually. Taking a look, like there's still the resizing pouch, which Orange likes quite a
Mm.
lot. But Chewie does run he doesn't run Moonfang, which is something Orange was
Yeah.
a fan of. I don't know if he is still now. And instead he runs Cult Neophyte, which is something you don't often see in Hunter, but it is very good against Druid. Like I believe you saw a Twitter post I made yesterday
Yeah.
where me, Meaty, and Wyra were testing last year's standing, and Meaty would just rage. He would rage and be like, "How does he always have the cult neophytes, man? I don't understand it." And I made that pretty. I'd like to say a pretty good joke at his expense. He didn't take it badly, so I can see why Chewie definitely likes the cult neophytes. He even has it in the warrior. He even has one copy of Cult Neophyte in the Warrior as well. So
Mm.
I think Chewie was definitely hoping that BabyBear would be running the Jamboree Malagus Druid, and indeed she is. So hopefully that decision will work out for him.
Yeah. So then we have this Spell Mage, one Flame Strike. Is it a deck of fluency? Yes. Okay. And it's back in many lists, many Spell Mage lists. This deck of fluency.
Gotta go for the high roll, right? Librum of Hope is pretty good,
Yeah.
especially when it's coming down for 6 mana against the aggro decks. Like, gonna take a spin
sure.
in the dark here and say Hunter. You know, it's pretty good against Hunter.
Okay, nothing else to spot, I guess. Then the priest, but we won't see it. He had two flesh giants. Okay, and
Yeah,
one ooze.
it's a much more like anti-aggro list because obviously since Priest got a absolute battering in the nerfs, like renewed to 2 mana, Apotheosis no longer giving plus to attack. And then
Yeah,
it kind of has to like fall back on a more defensive strategy. And hey, if Priest is getting banned anyway, that shows how good
yeah,
it is. A lot of players in the Masters Tour qualifiers last weekend did ban Priest. And heck, I believe only one person in tonight, yeah, only one person didn't ban Priest. So Priest is definitely still like people just do not want to play against
yeah.
it.
And I have the secret information about why there is one player that did not ban priest tonight. Do you know
Oh.
why? It's because his opponent didn't play priest.
That
It's
is a
secret.
very good reason to not ban Priest. You got me there, man.
It's a tip. It's a tip. Okay, and he was playing this cleric of Enshi, 1-2-4-1. Battlecry, if you're restored Earth this turn, discover a spell from your deck. 2 copies of it. Okay, but we won't see priest, and I'm very sad about that because I'm a priest lover, as you know. Then,
And so am
yeah,
I, as you remember.
yeah. And this warrior, I guess, is very okay, very similar of what we already saw on the channel. But this cult neophyte. Do you say neophyte or neophyte?
I said neophyte, but
Okay.
yeah, it's interesting, right? Chewie cut a copy of Crab Rider to put it in that. So he runs one
Yeah.
Crab Rider, one neophyte. A bit of a interesting decision there.
Yeah, but no Enzot.
No, yeah. I mean, this off is pretty slow, right? Like you're mostly just trying to put tempo up, just try to
Yeah.
kill your opponent as reasonably quick as you can as the warrior. So it doesn't surprise me that this off is not here.
Oh,
Maybe it'll be here in the next set. You know, maybe there'll be some more menagerie synergy for warrior, but only time will tell on that one.
and I guess there is no turtle as well. Either, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, no turtle, so no turtle, no Enzot. That's it. Okay, so now we are going to check the lineup from BabyBear. BabyBear bringing a priest, with flesh giants as well. And cleric of Enchi as well. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty similar list to Chewie. I'd say the only real difference between the two is that I'm just about to say like BabyBear runs cards like Cabal, Acolyte, and Mankrik compared to Chewie, who is just running a more standard anti-aggro version of the deck. So, pretty interesting, but It got banned,
Okay.
so it doesn't make too much of a
Yeah.
difference.
Okay, then this warrior with no turtle as well, and no endless, but Moonfang. Okay, we have
Yeah.
another beast. Okay, why not? We have to see it. Okay, Moonfang. Uh, can't see nothing else to be spotted. Okay, and then a Druid, and is it the Jambros version?
It
The
is
previous
what we
the
see.
previous one with the Umbral Owl.
Yeah, not the new build with Lady
Yeah,
Anacondra. Yeah, pretty standard version of the previous build of Jamboree Druid, which is pretty solid.
yeah.
There seems to be like a debate on like what the 30th card is. Like Baby Bear went for Primordial Protector, which is a bit more of an anti-aggro pick because it allows you to fish out the all-important Scenario Ward against aggro matchups while developing an 8 drop onto the board.
Yeah,
Compared to like Yogg Saron, for example, that's like the far end of the spectrum against late game control decks.
yeah. We have good minions for 8, maybe sometimes better minions that for 10 mana, because for 10 mana you you often
I'll
often
tell you what. I'll tell you
yeah,
what. As someone who played Guardian Animals through it quite a lot recently, there is
yeah.
not a feeling much better than when you slam your Primordial Protector and it gets you Scrapyard Colossus, the 10 mana 7/7 taunt that summons another
Yeah.
7/7, and then you slam a strong man as well. So what do? Your board is too big. They just can't deal with it. It's great. But obviously that's not the Druid variant that's very popular right now. Like the Jamboree Druid seems to be making a lot more waves in the tournament scene, and heck, it's going pretty well for BabyBear so far, I would imagine.
Yeah. And we have this hunter as well with Moonfang there this time. Okay, and
Yeah,
okay, yeah, and recessing poach.
yeah,
Okay,
it looks much closer to the original build Orange is going for, but again, we see the double Cult Neophyte in Hunter for BabyBear. Again, I'm guessing both of these players, when they brought Hunter, they were like, oh man, I do not want to face against Druid, or if I do, I want to be super favored against it, so I just have these Neophytes, It's just a good play on 2, stops any ramp, just stops the Druid in their tracks.
yeah,
That's my guess as to why it's so prevalent at the moment, but I'm sure we can ask the players about that later on in
yeah.
the evening.
So we would have Baby Bear on cam, and I guess not her in the interview because she's playing on a tablet. But we have Chewie, and is right here waiting for our go. Yeah, our go to begin. Heading playing into play mode. Okay, that's okay. You
Yeah,
can
give her a sec. I'm sure she'll be here in a moment.
good luck. Okay, and Chewie as well. That's okay. You can start a good luck, and we have Country King, Lildan, Sensei 6, and Tonton La Groseille in the chat. Welcome everyone. And I see, Country King, that you use this to cheer Chewie. You can use the exclamation mark top command to cheer Chewie and exclamation mark bottom command to cheer Baby Bear. So, if you're Baby Bear right now, which deck do you take for this the first match?
Really interesting question, right? Because obviously you have to be a little bit worried about some of the decks that Chewie has available. Like, ideally, you want Chewie's Maze to run into Baby Bear's Hunter, because I forgot to mention this. That's also a deck that really does not like Cult Neophyte. When you run 30 spells, having all of them costing 1 more mana for 1 turn, that can make a very big deal. Like, that even runs Incanter's Flow just to make them cheaper. That is how important it is for Chewie to be able to spam these spells. So, honestly, I could see Baby Bear like holding back on the Hunter for a bit. Like, maybe she'll go for the Druid or the Warrior first. It's hard to make predictions ahead of time. It just depends on like what Baby Bear considers more valuable in her lineup. Does she want to save the hunter for later? Does she want to try to sneak out a win? You know, maybe Chewie like goes for the mage early, just tries to get the warrior, and maybe predicts it and goes for the hunter. You know, there's so many mind games going on in a traditional last hero standing opener that quite a few people do say it is the most important part of the series, like getting that first win. But it looks like we are going to be getting into game number 1 right here. We will be able to figure out exactly what they're going to be playing.
Okay, here we are. It's starting. We have BabyBear at the bottom of the screen, and we have Chewie at the top of the screen because they cannot be both at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, they've both brought Warrior. They have both brought the Rush Warrior in game number 1 here, Max. So we are going to start off this last hero standing series with a mirror match. And right away, BabyBear has hit the most important card in the matchup, and that is the conditioning. Conditioning is such a huge card in the matchup, because getting that on turn 5, on average, you're getting what, like 6-7 minions with +2/+2. Like if you're getting that, and your opponent doesn't have a conditioning in response, that can often just be a blowout.
And you can get the conditioning working on the bumper cars rip-up as well. And this Blade Master Samurai in the diamond version. It's quite pretty. Yeah. Okay, here we are, and BabyBear is not fighting with Garrosh, but with I don't know.
Anhilda, I believe she's called Anhilda.
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, that's really interesting, isn't it? Going for the turn 1 coin conditioning here for BabyBear. That is not a play you normally see very often, but honestly, on the other hand, I can understand, right? Like she has the bumper car on 2. Bumper car's not going to die unless Chewie had exactly one more challenger here, going to demolish this bumper car, but it's going to take 8 damage in the process. And now, look what BabyBear can do. Turn 3, Rakara's going to come right on down. When Rakara attacks a friendly minion and survives, it does get +1/+1. And what that means, Max, is that now the Sword Eater's sword will no longer clear Rakara off the board. And that means it's going to stick. Like, what can Chewie do? There's no rush minion in his deck he can draw here that has 4 attack this turn. Like, because obviously, like, Overlord Run Fact costs 5 mana, Blade Master Samurai costs 4. If you play 1 mana for the Stage Dive, you can't play those cards in the same turn. So what does Chewie do? Yeah, this is really bad.
You could Sword Eater and eat this Rokara, but you may take at least 8 damage from it. It's very
8 damage though, Max. That's a very high amount, I gotta be honest. But do you see here, that looks to be exactly what Chewie is gonna do. Send the first sword into the Sword Eater. Sorry, into the Rakara here.
Okay, so is it Parade Leader into Dark Moon Rider here?
That looks like that's what BabyBear's gonna do.
Yes. Yes. Okay, and 5 more phase, so Rokara just hit for 8 now.
It did indeed, and Tent Trasher is not able to be played this turn. And that means, Max, that Chewie is going to have to tank another sword hit into the Rakara to clear it. And that means Rakara dealt 4 + 4 + 5, that's 13 damage. That's huge.
Yeah. Okay, Chewie is not liking this on the camera. And we forgot
blame him?
We forgot to talk about their teams. So Chewie is from the team Vanilla, and BabyBear from ATK mode.
Yeah, attack mode, of course, having some very, very good players on it. We have, of course, the Grandmaster Ego Waffle, newly Grandmaster Ego Waffle. We also have No Hands Gamer, another America's Grandmaster. We have Rami. And of course, the tournament is run by my very good friend, the wonderful tournament organizer and producer, Bemi. So, you know,
Yeah.
you got a ton of good players, got a ton of good staff. That makes a really good team, as I'm sure you and your team can attest to, Max.
Yeah. Okay, interesting use of this Blendmaster Samuro here with this parade leader on board.
I mean, BabyBear just wants to be continually ahead on board, right? Look at her hand. She has Alex Strauser, the Lifebinder, and Troublemaker in hand. Like, from her perspective, late game's looking pretty good. Little does she know, she has the exact same stuff in his hand as well, so this is gonna get ugly pretty quickly here.
Yeah. Oh, and this ETC to find potential OTK.
Gonna need quite a few rush minions to make that feasible, though, right? Like, we've already seen a bumper card gone. There's not another bumper card in BabyBear's hand right now, and she has no way of drawing into it aside from either the second stage dive or Ringmaster Watley. So that ETC OTK might not be very feasible this game. I'll tell you what is feasible though. This curve from Chewie. Look at this. Parade Leader, Playmaker, and Crab Rider all coming together to clear off that board and build a massive one for Chewie at the same time.
Okay. So she's drawing, and next turn you'll have this Troublemaker, but the board, the opponent's board is here now. So do you want? We have Ezio Auditore saying hello Max plus Paradox. Fine, we are fine, thank you.
And you know what else is fine, Max? Look at this board
Yeah.
from Chewie here. 10-7 Trasher and a 12-1 Trasher. That is pretty good, but there is a lot of damage potentially being established here with ETC and Playmaker. I was doubting you. I was doubting you a few moments ago, but it's actually starting to look pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good start, but she lost the tempo on turn 5, I guess, and now she's not ahead anymore. Behind, and what can you do here? But Troublemaker, and what do you want it to eat? Face, maybe?
I don't think you do play Troublemaker
maybe
here. Like, look.
Maybe you win with this with ETC here. Not
I
right
was doing
here,
the
but
math. You don't have enough damage.
Yeah.
So Troublemaker, ETC, and Bumper Car, right? That's 7 mana. That then summons 2 rush minions. So 2 rush minions is 4 damage. And then you play a Dark Moon Rider, which then summons another copy. That's another 4 damage. That would only be 8 damage. That's not enough to get lethal, because obviously Chewie's at 17. So instead, BabyBear kind of has to stall for time here. She can't play Troublemaker because she'll die. Like we see here, like Chewie has way too much damage on board. But at the same time, like the follow-up from Chewie here, it's honestly looking like it might be too much to handle. But she does get the 2 hits from the sword this way. So that will put Chewie down to 11 next turn, assuming that Chewie doesn't armor up. He technically can't die this turn either. Oh, sorry, BabyBear can't technically die this turn because of the taunt.
So what is it with this Alex Trezor? You have some yeah, you have this
oh no, it's
crab
exactly
right
lethal. Yeah,
with-
yeah, it's exactly lethal for Chewie.
It's
Because what he can do is he can... Yeah, well, he hits 2 of the 3 attack minions into Sword Eater. He hits the 10 attack, 10 Treasure to face, hits the Sword to face. That's 13 damage, and then 13 plus 8 will equal 21. So as long as Chewie can do basic math, and I believe in you, Chewie, you can in fact do basic math, he will figure out that this is lethal.
For now,
I hope.
For now, he's thinking, and it's not. He doesn't have the end on his mouth, and still thinking right now.
Yeah, no, I think, yeah, he's got it. He's got it.
Okay.
I mean, he has to see it, right? Like,
Yeah, right
11
now you
minus 3
have
is
to.
8. You have to
Please,
see it.
Chewie, don't
No,
do that!
no,
Don't
Chewie!
do that!
Chewie, no! No, Chewie!
Not like this!
Chewie, no! Oh no! And that's going to be lethal for BabyBear as well. Because the ETC is now 12 damage. Because BabyBear had the one extra crystal that she needed. Oh, Chewie! Oh no!
Okay.
As long as BabyBear sees it. BabyBear could
Yeah.
also whiff, but no, she sees it. Oh, Chewie.
Oh, game throw.
You hate to see it, Max. You really do. He's going to be kicking himself for that one.
It doesn't want to see it. It's Palm Edna.
For a good time. Here for a good time.
Oh. He has been punished
He has, yeah.
really hard. And it's one.
And it's 1-0 to
It's 1-0,
BabyBear
yeah.
after a very unfortunate end to that game for Chewie there. But you know, these things happen in Hearthstone, and especially at this level. Like, we have to reiterate that this is a very high stake situation for Chewie here. Like
Yeah.
you said it best. If you go 6-1, you're pretty likely to make it.
Yeah.
If you go 5-2, you're probably not going to make it. So Chewie is obviously going to think of every single variable, and unfortunately for him, he just ran out of time at the end and just accidentally either miscounted the damage or misclicked the card. One or the other. I have no idea.
I guess it didn't get it because on the cam it was really thinking a long time for his play, and even after he hit with his minions, he didn't see it. He had the eggs with 2 damage, and the Alexstrasza in hand, and he didn't see he could play it. Okay.
Yeah.
Will he be able to get back from this situation mentally?
Well, I hope for Chewie's sake that he can. Like, the hard thing is that you have to just make a mental reset after the game. It's like, yeah, I messed up. I threw the game, but that's not important right now. What's important is I need to get that win back on the board. And so he's doing that with the mage. And of course, this is the scenario that BabyBear wants. He wants to see, she wants to see the mage here, because then she can counter queue after this loss. I don't know.
Yeah.
She could absolutely win this game. But
Yeah.
if she loses, it's not the end of the world, because then she can queue the Hunter. The Hunter, which I must stress once again, runs double Cult Neophyte specifically for this kind of matchup. She came prepared to beat Chewie, who, according to him, is very, very comfortable playing mage. And that's just one of the benefits you get in this long start of tournament. You get to see what people are comfortable with, and you can run your decks accordingly.
And this encounters flow on 2, as any mage can do it. And we saw this this display, this conditioning rank 1-on-1 in the first match. And it was very interesting, and we have another time this conditioning on 3 this time, but before the rank 2 on turn 5, I guess. What do you think about that in this matchup versus mage?
Well, you have to remember what BabyBear's hand was at this point, right? Look at the curve and the way she's playing the game. She passed at turn 3 because she knew it's right. On turn 4, I have Sword Eater. On turn 5, I have Moonfang. On turn 6, I possibly have this Brute. In fact, I definitely have it because of a, what's it called? Athletic Studies. And then, you know, just got play after play after play. There's no moment where BabyBear could be like, oh, I'm just going to drop conditioning here and then play a big thing, right? That's obviously not going to happen. And so she just played it when it was most appropriate for her on the curve. And this is sort of that interesting debate you have to make with yourself when you play these ranked cards. It's like, do I play it early and get the value immediately, or do I wait and get the bigger swing later on in the game? She chose the earlier option, and at the moment looks like she's getting rewarded for it, quite frankly.
And we've seen that.
Oh my goodness! This is gonna be such a fun game, Max. I can already see
Yeah.
how fun this game is gonna be.
The devolving missiles have been hitting Moonfang to get 4 watch posts. That was very funny. And we saw that Chewie chose not to play his Astromancer Solarian that could have been duplicated with Gemination. And now it has been eaten by Mutinous Devourer.
Yeah, that's quite the punish, because that means that Chewie will not have Solarian Prime in his deck. But then again, Max, like, does he need more primes in his deck? I don't think he needs more than 6 primes in his deck, I've got to be honest.
And now he can play this commencement. Commencement, it's a French word.
Oh, well, you know what? There's Solarian Prime anyway, so you know what? It was here the whole time. Yeah.
Okay, so.
As is here with
what
Port
is
on the
it
Bind
here?
Shield.
Oh. On Earth. Do you play both playmakers into bumper car? Yeah, you ding ding ding, you eat.
That would only... So that would give you 3 bumper cars. That wouldn't be enough to clear Solarian Prime off the board. It would be enough, however, to set up a pretty big ETC turn. Like if you just go Playmaker, bumper car, just hit in, right? And then you get 4 Darkmoon Riders into your hand. And with ETC, that's a lot of damage later on in the game. Heck, you can even summon Darkmoon Riders now, even. Yeah. And that would be enough. Yeah, that would be exactly enough if you used all of the Riders. But I imagine... Oh no, it looks like BabyBear is just going to use... Oh, she's going to use most of the Riders, okay. And just keep the 2 left in her hand. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
interesting. Okay,
Good time.
one more on
Let's
board.
see.
But there is this massive spoon.
Yeah, these cards for Chewie, they're not bad, but he's starting to run into a little bit of a problem in that he's out of cards. And so
Yeah.
he's just having to play off the top every single turn. He didn't find any card draw before the deck of lunacy, and so we're literally, like, we're not only playing as random spells that got reduced, we're playing with 5 primes in his deck. We have no idea what they are. They could be anything.
Here for a good
They could
time.
even be Camera Fed Prime for more Rust Mixers. We have no idea.
Okay. She successfully placed this in present Ganag at the between the 4-3 and the 1-1. Second Chaos Nova. Oh, Runic Carvings. Okay.
I'm not a big fan of Runic Carvings here. I think Chewie should have just held that, because he can always use Runic Carvings later to summon the minions with Rush. And now he's going to get a little bit punished for it, because with Parade Leader and Blademaster Samurai, that will clear the board. And you even get 2 damage in with ETC, the God of Metal.
Okay.
So that's a little bit unfortunate, but at this point BabyBear's also out of cards, so it's not the biggest deal in the world either, to be honest.
Okay, so is it when you play or when you summon Parade Leader?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, so
Deadly
that
Shot.
will buff the Samurai from Soul Mirror and will allow Chewie to clear the board. But yeah, functionally speaking, we are at this point in top deck mode for both players. Like, both players just waiting for something really big to come up.
and right now on the chat, we are 10 minutes in the past, and Donkey says lethal, right? So I'm gonna check what they are telling about that when they will see when they will say that there is few issues.
Yeah, again, let's. I mean, we've been over this, right? But let's not be too mean to Chewie. It wasn't that obvious.
Yeah, everything.
I think it was only really obvious when BabyBear was down to 11 HP and... Oh no,
No.
BabyBear! That is not the draw you want to see when you're out of minions in hand.
And Donkey saying if Chewie plays Troublemaker, he's dead, right?
Oh, what a top deck as well
Oof.
for Chewie. Skull of Gul'dan into
Oh,
Mishifin Prime and Libram of Hope.
okay.
With
guess
Max, this game
that's
is
it.
over.
Oh, and
Yeah.
and you can get a rush minion from this.
Yeah,
And
that's
working
even
with
gonna get
STC.
buffed. Yeah. Absolutely brutal game here for
Yeah.
BabyBear. Yeah.
Ah, and you can draw, but it's too late.
Yeah. Remaster Watley may be good, but his circus isn't good enough to be at board like that, and so we have tied the series up 1-1 here.
Yeah, 1-1 right now, and we won't see any warrior in this first confrontation. Okay, so now it's BabyBear who have to change our deck and to choose between this old druid, and this hunter, and it will be hunter. I
Yeah.
like this hero portrait of hunter.
The Firefang Rexer one is pretty nice, yeah. But like I mentioned slightly earlier in the series, like this is no surprise, right?
No.
BabyBear specifically brought this hunter deck to be favored against the decks like the mage. We see there, she already has called Neophyte. That's already one of the best cards in the matchup for being able to disrupt the mage. In fact, look at this. Yeah, BabyBear's just going to go straight in with the Coin Cult Neophyte, which shuts off the Incanter's flow.
Because as any mage player, he has Incanter's flows on 2. And BabyBear
Yeah.
notice this. Okay, do you Kolka here instead of hero power?
Well, Max, you're asking me, hey, Paradox, do I play a minion or do I not play a minion? To which Marathon says, I like
No.
playing minions. Minions
Yeah.
get to go. Wait,
Yeah.
you didn't play.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
didn't play the minion.
The the hunter players know it. You have to deal damage. So on 2 maybe you prefer to do this steady shot. But I guess if it would have not been this cold car pack runner, maybe she would have played because she want to keep the opportunity to make Ayana with it. And if she plays it just right now, can be she can call don't remember the name, the spell that did 4 damage and to a target and the rest of the damage to its neighbors.
Oh, you mean piercing shot? Yeah.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. It does 6 damage to a minion, then the excess. hits
No,
the
not
face.
this one. The from mage side. A flame, I don't know what. Don't remember. But that's
Oh,
not,
combustion.
it's not big.
Combustion. Yeah, that's the one you mean.
This one.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And on combustion on 3 she would have been very disappointed.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, I completely missed that.
Okay.
But yeah, we do see here from Chewie, the game has gone well past that point. Because we're seeing Mancrit coming down, we're seeing the Korkar backrunner hit the board now, along with that tracking into the Adorable Infestation as well. Just pushing an absolute boatload of damage at Chewie's face. He is down to 15 already, Max. But
Yeah.
there's one thing I know. There's one thing I know in this game. It's you never, ever doubt Deck of Lunacy.
Yeah.
Deck of Lunacy can do stupid things. But right now it's not doing stupid things, so...
Oh, next turn you have Flame Strike.
Yeah, but look how much damage you're taking in the meantime, Max. That's 12 damage on board. That's way too much damage. You'll die long before Flame Strike matters, and at this rate, what do you do?
Yeah. You have this Apex's Blast maybe on the 4-2 instead of the 3-4.
Maybe, but
Maybe to get a taunt minion.
yeah, but there's not that many taunt minions that cost 5 mana. Like I can count them on one hand. I think like there's Teacher's Pet, the Druid 4/5 taunt minion. There's Scrap Golem. There's the 4/4 Warrior taunt minion that summons a copy when your weapon attacks. I can't really name many more than that, but Chewie's gonna go for it. He's gonna cast the Apex's Blast. Let's see what he gets.
Okay, on this.
There it is.
Oh.
There's Teacher's Pet.
Okay.
I called it. Nice.
Great. And maybe another taunt inside. Maybe.
There's a chance. There's a chance.
There is a.
It's not very likely, but neither was getting a taunt from Apex's Blast, so I've been proven wrong before. Either way, though.
Oh.
Either way, in all seriousness, this is
interesting
still
choice here.
so much damage, and if BabyBear goes for Demon Companion, and Demon Companion draw Kolek, that would be so much extra damage, but instead she's playing it safe and just getting that Neophyte down, just pressing her advantage, preventing that Flame Strike you mentioned earlier from coming down.
Okay, she was searching for Serpent Bloom here with this resizing purge.
And that is not a taunt minion, Max.
Yeah, but it's a bear shark, so it's not that bad. Baby bear shark, maybe.
Baby Bear Shark, that is a nice one. But still.
And you have this passing shot on the 1/1 next turn with this hero power. To be hard for Chewie to do something. Burr0 is not doing anything.
Burr0 won't do it. Celestial Alignment definitely won't do it. Ring Toss, I guess if you corrupt into Ice Barrier counterspell exactly, that can bail him out. That is how desperate Chewie is at this point. He has to roll 2 exactly specific secrets to not die here. Let's see if he gets it. So he needs Ice Barrier and counterspell. There's the Ice Barrier. There is not the counterspell. Unfortunate. 1 out of 2 is not gonna cut it.
Works against
So as long as BabyBear remembers that you can piercing shot your own minion, we are moving on to game number 4.
Yeah, you don't want to hit face here because of the I didn't see the ice barrier.
The ice barrier, but it wouldn't
don't do this.
It wouldn't.
Oh
make
yeah,
a
but
difference,
maybe
though.
with
it wouldn't make a difference because BabyBear does in fact have more than 8 damage on her board.
Yeah.
So she can actually hit face, yes.
And I didn't. She has to check for the counter spell. So
yeah.
What is it?
Well,
the ringing rifle here better because you can use your hero power.
It's like, do I risk winning the game now versus getting a secret which won't matter? Dude, I'm risking winning the game, and I won the game, so. But like, in all seriousness, what secret would BabyBear have even wanted in that position? There's none I can think of.
Okay, 2-1 now, and it will be Hunter versus Hunter.
Yeah.
I guess it will be very.
I mean, it's the only deck Chewie has left. All of his other decks have been beaten.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, if Chewie wins this game though, game 5 will be the Hunter versus the Jamboree Druid, which traditionally I think has been slightly favored towards the Jamboree Druid. Though the Cold Neophytes will definitely help in that matchup as much as they absolutely helped against the Mage here. Like, being able to prevent Incanter's Flow and Flame Strike on key turns was so important. I cannot stress that enough.
by fang and claw, or tooth and tail.
Okay, here we are. Not such good aim for BabyBear here. Okay, and we like
Pretty good hand from Chewie though.
Yeah, we like this from Chewie. To take the board, it's really interesting.
I'm gonna ask you a question real quick and
Yeah.
see what your answer is. What if? So we're always playing Volpatinga on 1. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Do you like just tempo Kolka on turn 2? Just slam it on the board, like no spells, just play it.
Which one?
Genuinely interested. The 2/3 for Chewie. If he just slams it, like no spells in the same
Yeah.
turn, just plays it on turn 2.
Yeah,
It's an
yeah.
interesting debate, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it's a good show.
Oh, never mind.
Not now. Not
Never
now.
mind. Yeah, he doesn't need to do it anymore, but it was up for consideration, I'm pretty sure, a few months ago.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
not
because
anymore.
in this matchup, you have to fight for the ball
Work my magic.
before thinking about the damage phase.
Magical.
And speaking of going face, there's a what's his name, Ruffer. Yeah, getting that 2 damage in with charge.
Yes, it's very ugly. And
Oh, don't say that.
the same haircut as Predator.
Oh, and you know, one good Ruffer deserves another, right?
Okay,
yeah,
it's
that's
fighting
still
for the
no-
ball.
Ooh.
Oh, this one is very good. But you can one prey.
I'm pretty
the
sure Chewie will just go
2-2.
for Wound Prey here with the
Yeah.
Kokoprak Runner.
Yeah, I guess one. Oh,
Ooh, he's got a hero power.
I
He's getting
didn't
a little
see
bit greedy
this
here.
one coming. Okay.
Ooh, this Colt Neophyte next turn for BabyBear here is going to be, again, it's going to be clutch because it means that the Colt Pack Runner will not go off for Chewie. But its spells will cost 2 mana. And BabyBear can do it 2 turns in a row as well, because she has 2 of them. This actually might be a very significant blunder here from Chewie, but again, he doesn't know that BabyBear is double Neophyte. What are the odds of that? It's not that likely, is it?
Okay, so do you think that because it's not aid on board and it has not so many cards in hand, he wants to end the game as fast as possible? Oh, and didn't play the one
Yeah,
player to
didn't
deal
play a
with the
single
3-2.
spell.
Okay, and it will be punished with this new fight, I guess.
Yes, he will. And so we're sort of, funnily enough, we're sort of in the same position we were in last turn for Chewie now, where if he wants to play the Pack Runner, he's only doing it with 1 spell. He still got a little bit punished here for being greedy, but you know what, Max? Who needs Pack Runner when I can just top that Wrangler on turn 4 and get a Trampling Rhino? That's pretty good.
Okay, was replying to another player for the second confrontation because we are now at 2-1 and maybe it's the last match of this confrontation, we'll see. Okay, so now
Well-
we'll have this Coco Pack Runner with this adorable infestation, maybe?
Maybe. The thing is, right, is that Chewie can only play 2 more spells a turn, so you kind of have to keep that in mind, right? He's got to ration his resources, so to speak. So let's see, what's he gonna do? He can go for 2 of Wound Prey, Demon Companion, or Resizing Pouch. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's just gonna go Demon Companion, Wound Prey, and oh my goodness, the Kolek here is going to come in clutch, going to fully clear the board, and next turn for Chewie, he not only has the Trampoline Rhino that got buffed by the Wrangler, he also has the Wound Prey Serpent Bloom combo, which allows him to clear any minion that he wants for free. What a comeback!
Yeah, it's interesting because you may play this war song to have a better turn next turn 6, but you want to use this quick shot to deal with this Cold Card Pack Runner. Maybe it's quick shot into Cult new fight. Oh,
Well,
okay.
don't forget
She want to, yeah, the crescent. Okay.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you
But
don't have
you take 3 more.
You do, but you also prevent any extra, oh, what's it called? Any extra hyenas from coming onto the board. So it's a pretty decent trade-off.
Okay. And one per
Yeah.
trigger. Okay. And you know that you may have this rhino or rhino? What do you say?
Rhino, yeah.
Rhino. Okay.
And not only that, the Kolek once again coming in clutch here for Chewie, because now with Wound Prey, he will summon a 2-1 with Rush. And that means that will clear the Volpatinger as well. And then the Rhino can come in and clear the other one and deal 5 damage in the process to BabyBear. So this isn't looking good if you're a BabyBear fan. Chewie actually might be able to pull this game back. But he's not going to go for it. Why is he not going for it?
This Kirkno fight has been played so many times from the start of this confrontation.
It's so weird. I'm really surprised he didn't go for the Rhino there. What is he waiting for, I wonder?
Not sure.
I mean, sure, you get the Neo fight down, which I guess is slightly more damage in the sense that it won't be able to attack return, but the Rhino will. But I guess the argument for Chewie is that he just wants to hero power every turn, and that's just 2 damage that he won't get back if he does it a different way. I guess that works. Because to be fair, with this steady shot and this hit from the Rhino, BabyBear is down to 5 HP. Oh, sorry, 6 HP rather. She is getting awfully close to being dead.
Yeah. And the plan from Chewie to eat the arrow power on turn 3, maybe it was the plan.
Yeah.
What is it? Okay, interesting. But the plan to win this game, because now you have this man prick, you hit your power once more, and you have to. It forces BabyBear to win in 2 turns.
It does. I would like Chewie to drop down the Volpatinger, but I can sort of see why he may choose not to, just to play around the possibility of second Trampling Rhino. But if BabyBear doesn't have it, it forces her to make really bad trades, and that buys you the time you need, right, to get to that last hero power that you need to win the game. So I would like to see Volpatinger come down, but I would understand if Chewie wants to hold it. Because there's also the argument of like using it for piercing shot lethal potentially. And yeah, after that blunder in game 1, I'm sure he's thinking through every decision. He does not want to mess up like that again.
Yeah. Yes, he's thinking and dropping. I like it, but he has to. If the game gives it
looks like he's gonna go for
1
it.
minute and 15 seconds, I use 115. Okay, she can not be dead. Playing. Do you want to play? Okay.
Gonna go for
This one
Coda
is
Vein
interesting,
here.
Okay. What would
Let's
it
see.
be?
Oh, that's not quite the 1-cost spell I think BabyBear was hoping to get there. Ooh, Refer.
Okay, you have to trade, but I guess she won't trade the last one because she's dead in 2 turns, whatever she does.
Regardless. Well, that's not actually true, because if BabyBear leaves this Volpatinger up, then Wound Prey becomes lethal next turn, because it deals 1 damage. But at the same time, it's like, how many, like, you have to take a risk somewhere, right? You're super far behind. You gotta take a risk. Like, if I'm dying to Wound Prey, which is a 1 in 18 draw, then so be it. But it didn't matter. Chewie top decks to Trampling Rhino. That will be more than enough to tie this series up. We're going to game number 5.
Yeah, but it's 2-2, and Chewie back from L. with this win. And we'll see the Druid from BabyBear. And
Yeah.
we wanted to see it, so
You just
let's
want to
do
see
it.
F3 deck, don't you?
Let's do it. It's now. Isn't Dota favored even without neophytes? I don't know, Donkey. Donkey is wondering if Hunter was favored with without neophytes versus spell mage.
I'd say it really depends, right? It depends on the druid's hand, and of course whether or not Chewie actually draws the neophyte. But I personally put more stock in the druid in this matchup because I think the druid has more ways of surviving into solar eclipse Ninewood, and if that happens, I think Hunter just straight up loses the game. But there are still ways, of course, for Hunter to just outpace the druid and get there. It really depends on what these opening 4 turns are going to look like. And at the moment, I've got to be honest, things are looking pretty good for BabyBear. Like, she has the Lunar Eclipse's removal, she has the Overgrowth to ramp, she has Malagos as the payoff to that ramp, she has Pounce's removal. Like, things are looking pretty good.
And this resizing pouch on 1 for the druid is really interesting because you can hit the innovation if you're unlucky, but you can have the other 0 mana spell that gives you
Lightning
mana.
Bloom, yeah.
This one, yeah. And it's quite interesting.
Speaking of interesting decisions, I wonder when Chewie will go for the Neophyte, because this is going to be a pretty big deal. The time when he casts it is going to be very important this game to try to prevent BabyBear from getting a big swing turn going.
Donkey is saying, but it's Paradox, I don't know why, said melee is Druid is traditionally favored versus Hunter, and I can't really agree. So there is an issue with Donkey on chat. What will you do about that, Paradox?
I tell Donkey that I defer to him in terms of the stats, but I say that sometimes opinions are superior to facts, and in my opinion, at the moment, that BabyBear's looking pretty good. I think that is a safe opinion to give when looking at the situation of this game, right? Look at BabyBear's hand. We've got Overgrowth on 4, we've got Malagos as the follow-up. Chewie at the moment is not putting on that much pressure. Like, it's got a couple of 1/1s. That's cool.
Malagos is
He needs to
far.
put on more.
And next turn you have to place something that won't be impactful on board with this Overgrowth. You don't want to play this speaker Ghidra. Ghidra, it's Ghidra or Ghidra.
I pronounce it Ghidra, but it could go either way. But
Okay.
it's interesting you bring that up, right? Because BabyBear could go for it.
Fortunes? Oh no, you play many minions. Maybe it's just landscaping.
Landscaping would be pretty good with Ghidra on the follow-up turn. Yeah. I was thinking BabyBear could consider on that turn going for Ghidra plus Nature Studies. That would make Ghidra a 2/5. And then you can clear 2 of Chewie's minions and still have a 2/3 left over.
Yeah,
But
interesting.
she opted not to, instead going for a, I guess a slightly more greedy approach, but I don't mind this. But that's the card on turn 4, by the way, that Chewie really needed to draw.
And for the incoming viewers, you have to know that we are in the round 7 on this Max Open Cup 7th edition, and both players are now at 5-1, and the one winning this game, this game right now, will be able maybe to hit the playoffs, because there will be at least few 6-2, yeah. They can go to the playoffs, but the one that won't make it will have not a bad tiebreaker, a less good tiebreaker. So you have to
Or,
win
or in
tonight.
other words, this is a very important game for both sides here.
Yeah.
We do see the Ghidra
Oh.
into the Fungal Fortunes. Unfortunately, is going to overdraw the Umbral Owl here, but gotta be honest, it's looking pretty good. I would like to see. Well, actually, I don't
Oh.
mind the. I don't mind Iron Bud not being used here because BabyBear next turn is going to go on an absolute rampage with this Malagosta Spellweaver.
Yeah.
She can go Bog Beam, get rid of that stupid Trampling Rhino, cast Innovate, get Malagos on the board, draw 7 cards from BabyBear's deck, and then at the very end, just a little icing on the cake, get a 5/15 return. That seems fair. I don't see nothing wrong with this. Do you see anything wrong with this, Max?
I like this 5/15 on board, and I guess Chewie is playing this poach as well, so maybe he can find the deadly shot if it draws it, but it's not drawing it.
Well, he didn't draw this turn.
And maybe he can have the damage with the 2% shot on his own minion twice with hero power. It's 4 and 10. Yeah, that's it, I guess.
He can. Bit of a problem though.
Yes.
He can't do it all in one turn. He doesn't have enough mana to do it all in one turn.
Yeah. In 2 turns. It's interesting.
Well, don't forget that BabyBear's not going to let Chewie just stick minions willy-nilly. That would be a terrible idea. And not only that,
he can play this initiate on next turn, but you have BabyBear. Oh, I didn't see that come.
hey, not sure why we're not clicking the button, but
You have to eat the arrow power this turn, and I don't like this.
yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this either, because if both of the 1/1s are cleared from the board, that does mean that Chewie will not have enough damage to win the game next turn. And honestly, if Chewie doesn't win the game next turn, he's frankly never going to win the game, because BabyBear is just going to find Scenario Ward. She hasn't found it yet. But
Right.
she does have quite a few ways of getting it. And there it
now.
is, Scenario Ward picked
Okay.
up. And of course, BabyBear does have Lightning Bloom, and Innovate. That will be 5 extra mana crystals for
Yeah, that's
BabyBear.
it.
And that means she can cast Solar Eclipse, Scenario Ward, get 2 8-drops onto the board, Lunar Eclipse clear the 3/2, and that means she is going to take the series 3-2. And I'm going to want my apology from Donkey for ever doubting my ability to predict matchups. Sorry, man.
And BabyBear just played 24 cards in this turn. And I guess Chewie is not happy with that.
Can you blame him? I wouldn't be happy with that.
And it could deal with this 5/15 with this resizing push, but you have to you can play the passing shot into quick shot or into maybe hero power into resizing push, and then
into
you
Serpent Bloom.
On the 1/1.
Sure.
Why
Sure.
not?
You can do that, Max. You most certainly can do that. I'm not going to say you can't do that. But there's a bigger problem here, and that is, how on earth does Chewie win this game from this position?
Hero power, not quick shot. You could have the quick shot in the end.
For next turn
to
to draw a card, but I gotta be honest, Max, I don't think it'll matter. I think we're done here. We're just waiting for a Chewie to slowly bleed out, because there is no way 1 card off the top of the deck deals 17 damage. I actually refuse to believe it.
You don't play those cards? I have some.
Are you willing to lend Chewie some?
Okay. And
Your
Nice.
actions speak well for you.
That's it. That's
That's
it.
it.
It's 3-2. 3-2 for BabyBear. Okay. Yeah.
Well played to BabyBear. Otsuna's hide has in fact been saved. It was close. It was very
Yeah.
close.
Okay.
And if it wasn't for that meddling Malagos and you meddling kids, I would have gotten away with it too, says Firefang Rexer.
Okay, I'm gonna see if we can have the players for a little interview. Are you okay for a little interview on Discord?
Well, don't forget that BabyBear is apparently playing on the tablet, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
won't be getting her in for a chat, but maybe we can get Chewie.
And she's not here anymore, but we'll have Chewie. Okay, we'll have Chewie.
Okay.
So I'm calling him right now in our conversation because he's a friend of mine on Discord, like anyone. Chewie. It's like a Chewie. That's it. Incoming Chewie. Hi, Chewie.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, so it didn't last as played, as planned. Sorry. What do you think about this confrontation? Do you think that this druid has made magic, like a mage, but it's a druid? Do you think that you lost on the Miss Lethal on the first match?
Yeah, let's start with the Miss Lethal. I haven't been on stream a lot when it comes to tournaments.
Yeah.
So the reason for that Miss Lethal was simply just nerves. I didn't count the damage from the weapon. And then I realized as I dropped the Troublemaker, like, oh shit, this is actually lethal. And that's why I gave a big reaction. Like, I wasn't giving the reaction to her lethal, I was giving the reaction to me missing the most obvious lethal that exists in the game.
Don't worry. I think I said something to the effect of, as long as Chewie can do basic math, he'll figure it out. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
No, but we know
okay.
that playing on cam it's sometimes more difficult to play without. And we saw that in the last match, you prefer to play a minion instead of your minion and your weapon, the crescent, instead of hitting the hero button, hero power.
Yeah.
Why? Because you could have lethal in two with the passing shot, but you have to press the hero power twice.
The reason for not going hero power twice is, or like not going hero power there, is because she had drawn like her whole deck, so the likelihood of it being at least one scenario ward on hand was very, very big. So I decided to, okay, if I don't like die this turn, or if she doesn't get too much of a board or whatever, maybe I can do a comeback with some good top deck if I play for the board and a better setup for next turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
If there's a commiseration for you, she actually didn't draw scenario board from Malagos. She had to get it from Guess the Weight. But you were really close to killing her. Actually,
Yeah.
she didn't get it, but nah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
I think that the matchup is like super favored for me unless she actually has like Malagos so early. I would have preferred to have like some more stuff to play than just like one once.
Yeah.
It really helps. But I just felt like after she went up to so much mana and she still had like 20 health, the game looked really, really rough from my point of view.
Okay. So now you 5-2 in this Max Open Cup 7. It's not lost because there is one round left, and we have many players in 6-2 that will get it to the playoffs. So don't.
You're going 6-2, right? You're gonna win next week.
Yeah, that's the goal,
the plan.
right? You
That's
don't
the plan.
aim to lose.
No, gotta be more positive than that, man. You are gonna win, right? You're gonna demolish
I
your
am gonna
opponent next
win.
week.
I am not gonna be on stream, so no nerves. Yes, let's go.
Very good, man. Very good, man. That is exactly the answer we like to hear. So yeah, I think we'll let you go and have a good evening.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll talk to you later, man. Take it easy.
And thank you for having been here with us for the first time on the Max TV. Really, really
Yes,
nice for you.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Yeah,
ya.
no worries, man.
See you, Chewie.
See ya.
Okay, so we'll have now back the... Where is Paradox? Here! Paradox is back and... Okay, I'm joining the call. And I don't know why, but I can't see your camera anymore. Do you
Oh,
have...
that's a bit of a problem. I will sort that out in a minute.
Okay. Because we like to see you. Okay,
Alright,
is it
am I
an
back now?
income? No, I assume that it was when we just a second. When
Alright,
we jumped to the other conversation, your camera didn't display, and now it doesn't anymore. But it's no big deal because
we'll
I
sort
have
that out in a minute. It's
yeah
fine.
I have the picture instead. Just a second. Okay, so now, okay, we are at the second confrontation with Burr0 versus Fenghuang. Burr0, a German player versus a Portuguese player, Fenghuang, and we are going to see right now the lineups starting with Burr0. Here we are. Okay, Burr0 is bringing a hunter, a warrior, a druid, and a rogue, and I can confirm you that his warrior has been banned. Just a second. Why can't we see your photo? That's it. 2 seconds.
Yeah,
I'm dying, and I'll be back.
no worries. I think I'll hop out of the call.
That's it.
Like at the start of game 1, and then just hop back in, and then hopefully that'll fix the problem.
Okay. That's it. Okay, so Burr0 doesn't play any priest, so his priest hasn't been banned, and his warrior take the hit. This hunter, is it the same one as we saw before? With Moonfang and with one resizing punch. Okay, and which card has been added? No?
There's Imprisoned Fillmore's. There's a Prison
Oh,
Fillmore's
yeah.
in Burr0's list, and he's
Yes.
not running the neophytes that we saw last time.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. So the warrior, we won't see it, but it was rush one. Checking
Pretty
for
standard list too,
something.
by the looks of it.
Yeah. And the druid, is it? Yeah, Jumbo is with us one
I
more
think it's
time.
card for card the same list that BabyBear was using, actually.
Yes. Yes, the same one. Okay, interesting. And then we have a rogue, a miracle.
Good old
one.
Miracle Rogue.
Okay, nothing weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much the established 30 Miracle Rogue, nothing new to see there. And
Okay.
yeah, just pretty standard lineup all around, to be honest. Like, the only interesting choice is not taking Priest, but I'm sure Burr0 will get into that soon enough.
Okay, and then we'll see Fenghuang list. Oh, so I didn't mention that Burr0 is from HK mode as BabyBear, and Fenghuang from Oro, the team Oro. Okay.
Yep, Aura Esports from Portugal, of course. Aura Esports does happen to be the same team as the legendary Portuguese power couple, Reliquary and the Teacher, who have been very successful Open Cup grinders and pretty good friends of mine, so I'm not biased.
Okay, so priest, but we won't see it, as you know. It has been banned and no priest tonight, so it's a bad night. But we have a rogue. I guess it's pretty much the same one as the previous one.
Not quite. There's a
No?
couple of cards different.
Oh yeah, yeah.
In this one, like
Penfinger
Fenghuang is playing
and
Mutinous, and he's also playing Penflinger. So he cut
Okay.
a copy of Orc Merchant for Penflinger, and then I'm not sure what he cut for Mutinous. I'll need to take a look at the other list.
He has only one man crick.
Well,
I tried
can
to
I
help.
run one man crick? So yeah,
Only
ignore
one.
that remark.
Only one
No.
Kazakus, only one Jandis, okay?
Yeah, he's not running Vanessa Van Cleef. That's the that's
Ah, that's it. Okay. And we have a Demon Hunter. Okay, the first one tonight. It's a Nochiki one. With ooze?
Yeah.
Yes, one ooze.
One ooze, and then pretty standard stuff across the rest of the list, like Ferglaive. We've got one Orc Merchant, got Falnos, and the rest of the cards are pretty core in OTKDH at this point.
Okay. And a warrior is really standard on this Leicester standing lineups, I guess. Is it?
Yes,
we
it's a
have the
little bit-
total. Total is here.
Yeah, we do. We do have Crash Lord of Turtling. It looks like Fenghuang cut a Warmall Challenger for it by the looks of it, and also cut a Crab Rotter for Archer and Naralex.
Yeah, it's played in this this kind of list, but I'm not sure about this inclusion. But why not? Okay. Do you think there is one lineup favored against the other one?
It's interesting, isn't it? Like, it really, again, like I brought this up in the previous series, but a lot of what makes LHS significant is like the way it execute out. Like we saw in the first series, right? For example, because BabyBear won game 1, that gave her an advantage because then she was forced to queue the mage. The mage in turn then lost to the hunter, and so because Chewie lost game 1 to an unfortunate mishap, he was then unfavored from that position because he was forced to queue into an unfavorable matchup as a counter queue. And so we may see the same thing here. Like OTK Demon Hunter, for example, is pretty good against decks like Rush Warrior and arguably the Miracle Rogue, right? Obviously, Burr0's Rush Warrior's got banned, but it's not as good against the mid-range hunter when it's running Moonfang. A reason why Orange put the Moonfang in the deck was to be more favored against OTK Demon Hunter. They try to put more threats in the deck so OTK Demon Hunter can't just run the hunter out of threats and then just kill them piecemeal.
Okay. It's interesting, and I guess we are going to give the go to the players. So we'll have Fenghuang at the bottom of the screen and Burr0 at the top of the screen, and you know why, because they cannot be at the same. Okay.
I do
at the
know
same
why,
position.
but the players have not added me. So I'm going to have to add them. And
do you
that'll
do you
be
have
a
the
wonderful opportunity.
okay? You have the battle tags. It's okay.
The battle tags are on a donkey, so I should be able to find them.
Okay. It's okay.
So yeah, just make sure to tell them to add me.
Okay.
And
please.
I'll briefly hop off the call to try to see if we
Para-
sort out the webcam as well, so I'll be
as
back in a
well.
moment.
Okay. Okay, for Burr0, it's okay, and Fenghuang.
Yep. Are we
Let me
good?
see. Okay, just a second. You're talking about the camera? No, not seeing the camera. I'm.
Oh, that's annoying. Oh well. Just won't
But
worry about it
that's
then, I guess.
It's no big deal. During the confrontation, we have the picture or the camera from the players.
Just would have been nice if I came to work on both series, you know. Nah, whatever. It's not a big deal.
Okay, so we have bottom Fenghuang.
Yeah,
And
and Burr0
top
has
we
yet
have
to add
Burr0.
me, unfortunately.
Okay. I just told him to do so.
But yeah, Fenghuang
Okay.
sent me, so I can at least spectate the game, so that's good.
Okay, I'm telling them on the Discord as well. You can start. Okay, and we have Fenghuang is here. Okay. Okay, just waiting for Burr0. Maybe it's not behind his keyboard.
Behind his desk. Yeah, that would be a little bit unfortunate.
Okay, but he has been warned that the previous confrontation was about to end, so I get it's not that far because he's preparing to battle a friend, and we assume that this friend could be Fenghuang.
It would be pretty surprising if it wasn't, in my opinion. And yeah, he's just sent me the friend request, so we are good to go. And now I'm just waiting for the game to start, as I'm sure you are as well, Max. Unless you are somehow time traveling, which I don't think is possible.
Okay, so we are going to see rogues in this confrontation. It has been a long time, but it was also a long time because I was on vacation the previous week.
Oh, where were you on vacation at?
The best city in the world, Marseille, because it's the city I was born in.
Okay, fine. I was gonna say, well, London exists, but you know.
London is not that bad. Not that bad. I went twice, and I love London. I was.
It's not the city you're born in. I understand.
Not the same sun, but okay. I was in Brighton too, twice as well.
Brighton's a pretty good place.
Yeah.
It's the home of famous British Hearthstone caster Derek Brown.
Oh, don't know it. Okay, so here we are, Rogue versus Rogue. I was calling them. Here they are. So, Fenghuang is not keeping this neophyte, but is back at the same place in his end. He wants to be played, the cult neophyte. And do you coin this efficient Octobot? No.
Well, okay, here's the question for you, right? Like, from Fenghuang's position, how can Burr0 deal with Octobot on turn 3 of the game without, damaging it first? This is not going to happen.
Yeah.
And so these Octobots may just, like, bounce off of each other and give both players the hand discount.
Oh, no.
And honestly, if that happens, then Fenghuang has definitely got the better end of the stick here with the Field Contact, Foxy Fraud, and the Brain Freeze, as well as, of course, the Cult Neophyte.
Yeah.
He is getting ready to draw a metric boatload of cards, quite frankly, and yeah, it's looking pretty good if you're a Portuguese fan, which I'm sure many people in chat are.
Do you, Vanessa, leave this Octobot into Prize Plunderer? Or just like this, okay? I was wondering of the Vanessa Van Cleef. Okay, he does.
Yeah, and the Vanessa Van Cleef will, of course, get another copy of the Efficient Octobot in hand, and that can be used later on in the game. It looks like Burr0 is going to go for it right here, right now, and go for the Prize Plunderer, just going super wide on the board. And oh my goodness, Max, that is a huge top deck for Fenghuang here. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's actually an insanely good top deck for Fenghuang here if he wants to go for Field Contact here, because he can go Field Contact 1, Coin 2, Brain Freeze 3, Foxy Forward 4. That'll be 4 cards played, which means Prize Plunderer will deal 4 damage, which is exactly enough to get rid of that Octobot and deny the Frenzy. That is a very, very huge thing to do to make the Octobot not even proc at all, especially this early in the game. If, of course, Fenghuang wants to go for it. He doesn't have to go for it if he doesn't want to, but man, it has got to be tempting.
Yeah. And it's too bad that we can't have the cameras of these two players here, but they are not... okay. They cannot be on cam tonight for different reasons. But we have their pictures. And those pictures are not that bad. We have a Fenghuang with a little bird.
That's alright. I have a quick question for you, Max. Have you heard the recent announcement that Hearthstone Esports came out with yesterday?
That, Aston, sorry?
Have you
The
heard of the
announcement?
announcement? Yeah, that Hearthstone Esports came out with yesterday. by
No.
chance?
I didn't.
No? Alright, I'm just going to link it to you real quick so you have a little bit of context what I'm going on about. So give me a sec. Here we go.
Okay.
So Hearthstone Esports yesterday said that during the Masters Tour tournaments, you know, the big 400 plus player tournaments, they have mandated that players on stream will have their cams on. I'm kind of interested. What do you think about that?
I think that beyond this little sentence, I guess there is a big company that cannot deal anymore with a player cheating on their another one clip, cheating on their on their impersonation of other players maybe. And they don't want this to happen again in the future. And some people told about Chinese players. I don't know if it's. I have the word. I have the word in French, but not in English. It's really. I don't know how to say it in English, sorry.
Well, I've got a word for you, and that's good to describe this turn right here. Look at what Fenghuang's doing. We've got field contact into brain freeze.
Yeah. So
already the Vanessa's gone. What else is he going to do, you think? And then we can just come back to that tangent in a minute.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm very favorable to have the players on cam and to be... sure that that's the player playing the game and not a friend of him, because I had an issue like this on a previous Max Open Cup. We had one player on cam and it was talking to someone else during the games, and it was very weird, and it's a very known player that I won't name it.
Yeah, of course, anonymity, I understand.
And it starts with a D, but it's all I'm gonna tell you.
All right, no problem. But anyway,
Okay.
let's get back to this exciting Miracle Mirror. You see here that Burr0 is going for his second secret passage so far. Oh my goodness, these cards are insane! Field contact, shadow step, brain freeze, one thief. Max, I'll tell you what, those are 4 very good cards.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
I don't think you could get better than that, honestly.
It's very interesting that both players have the opportunity to play their field contact like this. Okay, you have to free this 3-2.
I mean,
Evocation.
this way you guarantee having the brain freeze for next turn, because brain freeze wasn't drawn through a secret passage.
Okay. Oh, it's not dealing with the 3-2. Okay. Yeah.
Well, don't forget that Burr0 does have another field contact in his hand, so he doesn't need this one to stay alive.
And fireball in hand, so it's maybe this 2 damage has been calculated to be
yeah, fireball, wicked stab from hand is 10 damage right there, and
3,
there is a lot of minions on this board,
6,
that's for sure. And
6, 7, and 6. It's 15, and yeah, that's it. And with the dagger, it's 15. I guess.
Well,
6.
don't forget,
7, 8.
there is secret passage.
Yeah.
And also there is the possibility, well, there was the possibility of one thief potentially getting a scam off, but it's not happening quite yet. We are going to see another field contact coming down here from Fenghuang. It's going to use the pen flinger here, get that draw, and the 1 damage off. And then with the brain freeze, it will come back, of course, to Fenghuang's hand, which will allow him to get another ping off on this Foxy Fraud. So with that, Crisis has been averted. He will not die next turn, but there is still a ways to go for Fenghuang here if he has any chance of winning this game.
Yeah, and I was wrong in my calculation because I missed 1 damage, but I didn't see this wicked stab. That could have been lethal as well. So now we have 6, 10,
I wonder.
13.
We have 13 currently.
I already query on the chat.
Yeah, I told you, man. The Portuguese players are out in force. That's the one thing I love about the Portuguese Hearthstone community. They always come out in force for their players whenever they play on stream. Like,
Yeah.
I have been a part of many House Rivalries productions, and Portuguese players, they really love just spamming the chat. It makes my job easier, that's for sure, because it gives me a talking point. But yeah. Board fully cleared here.
Yeah. I super fake Portuguese player as well, and
Matangala as well.
using the bottom command to cheer Fenghuang. Okay, what can we do now not to die?
It's a really good question.
Yeah.
First things first. Gotta
Okay,
try to clear the board.
Sundal.
Shadow Step and Kazakus. You can't get a golem this turn from Kazakus
Yeah.
and play it. You don't have enough mana to do that.
Come on, I
So-
guess one thief has to be
Has to be played,
sufficiently
yeah.
good to get something. Yeah. Okay, you. Oh,
Interesting. So you see Wicked Stab there to make sure the Frenzy doesn't go off. Now, we do have to remember, of course, Fenghuang is not a mind reader. He does not know that Burr0 has a Fireball in his hand. For all he knows, Burr0 has a maximum of 8 damage from hand, at least at the moment. He can guess, of course. Like, one thief is a Discover, you'd obviously pick a good card from Discover, but there's no way to be certain that they would in fact have 10 damage from hand, and therefore are able to have the somewhat element of surprise to take game number 1 here over Fenghuang.
okay. So it's 1-0 for the Genman player here. 1-0.
And sort of setting the tone for the series, right? Like, we saw in the last series how Chewie played the counter deck, and of course, immediately BabyBear got him with the counter deck. We might see something similar here, where Fenghuang goes for the OTK Demon Hunter, potentially, to counter the Rogue or the Warrior, one or the other. Like, Miracle Rogue does have a fairly mixed set of matchups, to say the least, but Warrior is usually pretty favored in this matchup, from what I can tell.
Be careful with that because Donkey is not that far.
That is very true. After the last series, where it's like, but Paradox, Mally drew this unfavored against Hunter. It's like, yeah, I gotta be careful about that. I have been told more than once by people that my opinions are usually a little bit too radical, but you know, I like learning, and when people
Yeah,
tell me I'm wrong, it forces me to learn.
Yeah, that's it.
And I'll tell you something else I've learned. I've learned that Gadog on 1 is insane.
Not that bad. Not that bad in 1. And makes the War X 4-1. Do you remember the time where War X was for 2 and not for 3?
Yeah, that was a much different game back then.
Yeah.
Like,
We had
War X, I think,
Pirate
was...
Warrior.
Yeah, Pirate War X wasn't changed that long ago, I believe. I think it was like end of 2017, early 2018. I think the card was actually changed, so it tells you like how far Hearthstone has come as the game.
Yeah.
But
Okay, I guess
it's funny, right? We're in the same position as we were in last game, where it's so hard to deal with this Octobot. Like, you wouldn't think like, oh, 4 health, like, why does that matter? But there are so many scenarios
And
But just
you have,
having that 4 health makes it so hard to kill in one hit.
and you have to deal with it right now to not let him hit one more card with the next draw. And Fenghuang is wondering if he's using this crab rider here or maybe Rokara, but he doesn't want Rokara to be killed next turn, maybe with
Yeah, Brain Freeze would clear it.
Brain Freeze, yeah. Okay, it's
So he's just
Crab
going to
Rider.
go for the Crab Rider and
Interesting.
try to get a better turn with the power later on in the game.
Okay, we may have Sword Eater next turn. Maybe.
Oh, that top deck.
eh,
That top deck is so good for Burr0, because now what Burr0 can do is he can pick a 1-cost golem, and that 1-cost golem can then be used with the field contact to get a 3-bit card draw. And oh, we got the Wildvine as well. So I believe that's a poisonous Wildvine lesser golem, yeah. So what
And-
Burr0 can do next turn if he wants to is he can just go like field contact 1 thief, possibly the Neophyte as well, and then just go like double golem. Just have a really wide, really tall board and draw a ton of cards in the process. This next turn could be huge.
And the end from Fenghuang is
Oh,
very
heck!
heavy right now. Oh,
Yeah, or heck, why even do that when you can just go for a 5-mana Jandis, you know? Like, we were talking about cards being nerfed. Jandis Barrel that used to cost 5 mana. And I guess it still does. Like, now it costs 4 mana.
and now it's 4.
Yeah.
We've seen
What even
Jandis for
is
6.
math anyway? Math is a relative subject, right?
Yeah. Well, we've seen it in the first, the first match of the first confrontation as well.
Yeah. Ooh, interesting choice here. Fenghuang's gonna hit the War Axe first,
Okay.
making sure he can get as many minions into face as possible here, just to get that Rakara buffed. And of course, getting to finish off Barrack Kodamain at the same time.
Okay. Rokara can still be hit by a brain freeze, but it's protected with this taunt from
It
other
can.
things.
I do have to quickly remark as well. Don't forget the one thief will discover a maze spell, and Brave Freeze is in fact a maze spell. So this Rakara it's not guaranteed to survive here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, 4-mana Jandis, man, that's so good. Why not? Let's just go again. Ooh,
Okay.
Scrap golems, at least 4 armor. Full Burr0 here.
I get
High
it.
Basiliura's not that great, but it is a pretty big buoy.
Okay. Do you tempo crash here, or do you athletics to this? Because you cannot play both. The crash is not rush
The
me.
problem with Crash here, right, is that it doesn't really impact the board immediately, because
Yeah.
while it does indeed give you 8 armor on the frenzy, that's not what you need right now. You need to compete with the board. Like when your opponent is spamming 5-cost minions at you every turn, and then it's about to go for an absolutely redonkulous field contact turn, you need to keep up. And Crash Lord of Turtling can't really do that, and that's why we've seen over time that it has been cut more and more from these Rush Royalists. It's just not good enough.
Okay. This one was was the illusion.
Yeah, it was. And I imagine we're probably going to see High Abyssallura stick here. There's not really that much incentive for Fenghuang to kill it, because it would also buff his taunt to leave it up and just hit Burr0 in the face. So that is exactly what we're going to see happen. But you even see the War Axe hit as well, which still gives the game away a little bit to Burr0. That Fenghuang clearly is a way of being able to equip War Axe next turn, but nah, it's just full steam ahead for Burr0 at this point. He's going to throw up all the cards, get all the value. This lesser golem is actually going to come in super clutch at being able to buff this board as well as draw a card. And be a poison minion, which is pretty useful applications in and of itself.
And another flame strike. Yeah. Let's plan around. 1, 2. Did he play? Yeah, 2, 3. One more to deal with Rokara.
That's an upgrade.
Oh, and the lesser golem give you other minions +1/+1.
It will indeed. Looks like we are going to see the prize plunderer come down here to finish up the sword eater, and then the lesser golem, which is going to put High Vasilura in range of finishing off Rakara and getting rid of all of these board buffs at once and for all.
Okay, interesting.
And yeah, this is not looking good for Fenghuang here. Like,
yeah.
Rogue is not normally supposed to be this far ahead on the board in this matchup, Max. I can tell you that one for sure. So, yeah, this isn't good.
Yeah. And this little golem with poisonous is a problem as well. Even if you play this sword eater, you won't.
Yeah, you have to drop the bumper card preemptively and trade into it. Which I suppose is fine, but it's not the greatest investment.
Okay, didn't see that coming.
Here for a good
Okay,
Yeah,
so I
and
guess
here's-
it will be a fit contact.
for a good time.
Yeah, and here's where that Divine Shield comes back into play on the field concept. Like, look at
Okay.
these trades. These trades are so bad. Like,
Yeah.
Fenghuang would have loved nothing more than being able to swing that bumper car into the field contact to pop the bubble, and just wasn't able to happen. Now, Burr basically is free reign to just develop the board as much as he likes and get himself ready to pretty much end the game in like 2 turns here with Alex the Lifebinder already in hand, along with that Wicked Stab.
We have Mantagara on the chat saying "Hello Paradox," and we know that this this rogue can deal 16 damage in 1 turn with this Alex Traza into I don't know the word.
Tenwu of the Red Smoke, that's what it's called.
That's it, red smoke.
But yeah,
Kill
unfortunately
fight.
for that combo to be possible, Tenwu would also have to be reduced by the efficient Octobot, and it wasn't. So that specific combo will not be happening unless Tenwu is hit with the Shadow Step at this point in the game. But honestly, you don't really need to. You're already, like, look at the amount of minions on this board. This is a ludicrous amount of minions for Rick to have on board.
What do you think about this Vanessa Van Cleef used to get the Dark Moon Rider? Maybe just to
I mean, it's
to
just
deal
to
with
put
a
a minion on the
troublemaker?
board, right?
Yeah, but you could have so much value with this. Not sure about this one.
I think it's fine. I don't think you're really expecting to get something major from Vanessa Van Cleef at this point in the game. And heck, it's a free combo enabler as well. Like now Burr can just play the Dark Moon Rider and then swindle. Like having to like throw out a Wicked Stab first, for example.
And we've seen this 15th cult neophyte of this evening.
You've been counting?
No. But it's the star of the show tonight.
Well, against Warrior, it's not really doing a whole lot, to be honest, but it is a free two. And speaking of stats, there's Alex to finish off the Sword Eater and leave the board well and truly open for Burr0. Just hit Fenghuang straight in the face for 13 damage if he wants to. If he really wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
even
one
sending the
more.
dagger upstairs as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, yeah, I think we're done here. I think Burr0's got game number 2 on lock, and this is
Yeah.
a really important win here for Burr0 as well, because
There's nothing
Burr0
to be done
normally
here.
isn't very favored against Rush Warrior, and getting this win means now Fenghuang has to win all 3 of his games with the Demon Hunter. And OTK Demon Hunter is not usually that easily able to win 3 games in a row. It can happen, but it's pretty rare.
Yeah.
So it is a
guess
pretty
it-
good day to be a Burr0 fan, that's for sure.
It's game over right now.
So many choices.
Unless you can see a way from the comeback from this that I can't, I think we're going to game number 3.
Yeah. Or just disconnection from Burr0 maybe.
Gotta move.
the only way to win this game. Fenghuang,
That would be very unfortunate.
yeah. Fenghuang, you have to eat and talk. No, that's it.
Yeah, he was just taking his time, being like, is there
Okay.
any possible way?
Yeah. He has the right to do this, and it's
Yeah, of
better
course,
to
of
do
course.
it so.
I mean, we brought
Okay.
this up in the last series, right? But like, both of these players are 5-1. Getting this win over the line is so important. You want to make sure, even at the very end, it's like, is there any way that I can possibly come back? And then when the answer's like, there's not, just move on.
Yeah, and for the viewers just coming, don't remember that we are in LHS format, and it's really interesting. That's why we make the
Yep.
Max Open Cups and all of our events generally in LHS format. In France, you may not know it, but in France, the LHS format is King of the Hill. It's the French word for it. Don't know why, but it's King of the Hill.
Well, I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, you win because you're the last person standing. That's basically what King of the Hill is.
Yeah,
It's
because
like a bunch of people fighting, and one person stands at the top of the hill.
yeah, but we just translate an English sentence into an English sentence because it's not Roi de la Montagne. It's King of the Hill, really. It's KOTH in France, not LHS.
Well, you would know much more about that than I would do, my friend. But yeah, like, speaking of LHS, we do have a special guest in the Twitch chat. He's been a little bit quiet, probably because he's a bit embarrassed that he's listening to my dulcet tones, but we do have a famous LHS professional, Orange, in chat, who of course has posted a very helpful guide on how to figure out the LHS format ahead of the major LHS tournament next week. And so that is probably why we see so many good players in chat, just trying to get whatever edges they can to try to figure out that best lineup that they can go for.
And Orange just won the Max Open Cup 6. Is the champion right now, and I don't know if he's at 5-2 maybe.
You should
I
have
have to
the
check.
standings in front of you, right?
Sorry?
You should have the standings in front of you, right?
Yeah.
You should be able to access them.
I'm gonna check it.
Quiet.
And
I
while
know.
you do that,
Okay,
and what?
he won versus Insane today, 3-1, and so is at 6-1 right now, 6-1. And
Very much on track for top 8 then.
yeah, and we have the French player Vibon here at 7-0. 7-0. The French player from Pandora Esport.
Oh, not bad, not bad.
Yeah,
France, as
interesting.
always, continuing its very successful Hearthstone tournament record. I'm not surprised. I just wish the UK could do a little bit better in comparison. Oh well.
Okay, so what do we have here?
We have a Netherlands
okay.
ball that's going to summon a fishy flyer
Interesting.
or a Burr here. And you know what, Max? Carl Neophyte actually has a pretty useful aspect in this matchup, because what Burr can do is he can time them specifically so that Skull of Gul'dan won't be played. Because Skull of Gul'dan costs 6 mana. If your opponent plays a Cult Neophyte on turn 5, you are not playing that Skull of Gul'dan. And then what happens after that is the Skull of Gul'dan, instead of being in the outcast position, if it's drawn off the top on turn 6,
Yeah.
it's then pushed second to the right. And so then you have to play the card off the top, but then you don't have enough mana to play Skull of Gul'dan. So you have to do it again, and again, and again, and again, and then Skull of Gul'dan becomes redundant. And this deck in particular really wants Skull of Gul'dan to go off.
Yeah.
Arguably as soon as possible. So being able to shut that off is a very big deal.
And do you think that this Skeletino fight is the key of the matchup right now?
I think it's very important, yeah. Like, look at this turn from Burr0, for example. Look at his hand. He's got 2 Cult Neophytes and not really a whole lot else. Like, his turn is just Neophyte hero power. But that could be enough. Obviously, we see the Fenghuang does not have Skull of Dan in his hand, but Burr0 doesn't know that. So he has to play under the assumption the Fenghuang does have it, right? Because what else are you going to do? Assume that he doesn't have it and then just get blown out of the game?
Yeah.
It's not really a risk you need to take, so why take it?
Yeah, sure. Okay, philosophy. Interesting use of this mana here. And
Yeah,
maybe
Fenghuang here, he wants to save Illidari studies for next turn, because then if he discovers Skull of Gul'dan, he can then play it immediately in the outcast position and get a massive bonus from it. But if you play it now, then it's basically the same problem I described last turn, where the Skull of Gul'dan is no longer in the outcast position, you have to play the card constantly off the top of the deck. And it's much more difficult to play it in that position.
Okay, so this I-beam has been played on the no fight here. Okay, interesting. Maybe I didn't want him to be shadow stepped.
So many options.
Well,
Okay,
need to draw Shadow Step first.
Yeah, sure.
So, let's see. Burr0 can go for the field contact here and play at least 2 Battle Cry or combo cards. Looks like he is going to go for the Cult Neophyte once again, which... Ooh, and he drew the
Here
Shadow
it
Step
is.
as well. So he can bounce the Cult Neophyte back to his hand and play it either this turn or later on. Looks like he is going to go for it now. That means Skull of Gul'dan cannot be played next turn here for Fenghuang, but unfortunately for Burr0, Fenghuang just didn't have it.
Yeah, but you have to do this. It's important to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have melee damage in aim with these 2 weak stabs. Okay.
I mean, it's not like the Cult Neophyte didn't have an
strike.
impact though. Like 4 mana Chaos Strike. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't want to play this card at this cost. But to draw,
Absolutely not.
you draw 1. Oh,
Looks like he's gonna finish up the Cult Neophyte here. Just get that out of there. Make sure that his spells can actually be played next turn. And yeah, this isn't looking good for Fenghuang. He needs Skull of Gul'dan. He needs it. Like, he's just out of cards.
Yeah, I need something because this end from Burr0 is full, and we have 2 wicked stabs in end, and it's now at 2-0. And I guess something has to be done because now we have this Alexstrasza as well.
Not only
have
that, Max, but we also have Octobot here, along with the Prize Plunderer, that can proc the Octobot right away, losing 8 cards by 1 mana. And so now, that's a lot of damage.
Do you want to shadow step something here?
What do you want to Shadow Step?
Don't know, maybe the
I
Octobot?
guess?
Octobot could be not that bad.
It's not. I guess you can Shadow Step Octobot, play Vanessa Van Cleef this turn, maybe. Yeah, okay. And then if you pick up a way of dealing 1 damage, you can then reduce your hand again. Okay.
Okay.
And that's not quite it, unfortunately, but this Octobot is still going to have a pretty easy time getting procced against those 2 KD Hunter. They normally don't have very many ways of being able to deal 4 damage to 1 thing at a time.
Okay, is it? No, it's no Skull of Gul'dan.
It's not. Fenghuang does have another chance, though. He can play the Dari Studies again and go for it, but looks like instead he's going to drop Kurtrus Ashfall onto the board, which will clear Vanessa Van Cleef and destroy the Divine Shield from the field contact. But At this point, viewer content, he's done his job. He has done his job. He
Yeah.
has drawn Burr0 most of his deck and easily set him up for a pretty big lethal turn in a few moments' time. And
Yeah, Burr0,
unless
yeah. Burr0 could have played his Octobot at the right side of his board to
to play around Kurtrus.
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe it
such
could
a
have been
specific
not
thing to
that
play
bad.
around, though.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So I can
But
put
yeah.
it was and for free. Kazakus for 2. Okay, I buy the card.
Yeah, Kazakus is pretty good at 4 mana. At 2 mana? Yeah, I'd play that card. But yeah, look at the damage from Burr0 here. 0 mana Wicked Stabs, 2 of them.
Yeah.
Alex. He's got 16 damage from hand whenever he wants. All Burr0 has to do now is either draw Tenmu of the red smoke and survive a turn, or it is just to build a board this turn that Fenghuang can't answer. And honestly, given what Fenghuang's hand is, that's not too difficult a task.
Yeah. You also have this evocation for 0 if you want later.
That's very true. You also have Blood Mage Falnos as well, which will make the Wicked
if you
Stabs.
want now. What does he want?
Yeah,
to
maybe just to try to find
Yeah,
some
yeah.
little bit of burst damage. Or the counter spell. Yeah, that's very clutch here. Being able to, well, prevent Skull of Sudan or, board clear. And I think this is a clean sweep. There is nothing that Fenghuang could do here. Like, the counter spell prevents the Dark
Yeah.
Studies. The rest of his hand can't deal damage. And his opponent's got the clean sweep. Not this turn, though. Not this turn, I should say. It really depends. If Falno sticks, it's lethal. I think. Hold on. So the Wicked Stabs each deal 6 damage, 5 damage, that'd be 10. Alex is 18. There's 4 of them damage on the board. So as long as Falnos doesn't die here, or the other Archibald blades go face, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that won't be enough quite yet then. But time is running out, quite frankly.
You can't. Do you have more?
That is
More
19.
more damage with
That is
Swindle?
1 damage off. That will not do it.
But
So you can use Alex. Yeah, it's not... Oh wait, you have the dagger. You have the dagger. Ignore me. I'm being
Yeah.
stupid. You have the dagger, so it's
Dagger.
exactly 4. And that means Burr0 is taking the 3-0 victory here over Fenghuang. Very well played to Burr0, moving up to a comfortable 6-1 record here.
okay,
wait.
it was very fast. Very nice win from Burr0 here. And we are going to check if we can have a little interview of the both player. Thanks for the games. We have a little interview on Discord. Okay, I'm asking to the both of them. Fenghuang is not here anymore. I guess he didn't like this this confrontation as
I mean,
as Burr0.
getting 3-0 swept by anybody doesn't feel great, let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah. Okay, sure. We have Burr0. So
Okay.
I'm adding him. Burr0. Okay. Here it is. Okay, Burr0, are you with us?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
We
fine.
can hear you.
Perfect.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Fine.
Yeah.
It was a very close series, yeah. with this with this 3-0.
The individual games were actually close. Like 3-0 always seems like a so definite result, but the
Yeah.
games themselves, I don't know.
Yeah,
Why don't you go over those games for us? What was your thought process through them?
So honestly, I thought the Rogue was the weakest deck in my lineup, so I just queued it first. And yeah, I got the best matchup even with the Mirror game 1. He probably thought this the same. Like the Rogue is the least important deck in both our lineups because it doesn't counter a specific deck on the other side, so we don't need it to queue once we lost a certain game. We just both queued it first.
And so you would queue the weakest deck first in order to get the better counter queue after
Exactly.
you possibly lost. Yeah.
Yes. And then I just sweep with the worst deck, so I don't know.
Okay. So, are you satisfied with your wall lineup? Because you said that you thought the rogue was the worst deck in your lineup. Are you satisfied with the other decks?
Sure, I'm satisfied. Honestly, if I could change a thing, I would probably put in a priest instead of either the rogue or the hunter, because priest is still the nuts. Like
Yes,
when
it
I
is.
submitted it on Saturday, I wasn't sure if priest is still good. So I just brought 4 good decks that aren't priest, but priest is still the best deck, so I probably should have brought it. But anything else
playing
is
it
fine.
safe is definitely a valid approach. Like,
Yeah.
you won your match even after making a questionable decision, so take pride in that.
Hey, now tell me what was the questionable decision.
Not taking priest.
Okay, okay. I
Yeah.
thought you meant in-game. Okay.
No.
Yeah, sure. Not bringing priest is not correct. I agree.
And now you're 6-1 in this Max Open Cup 7. What do you think about the qualification for the playoffs? Are you confident with it?
Honestly, on that matter, I checked out my tiebreakers beforehand, and I'm like probably on the lower side of the tiebreakers. And the tiebreaker are like your first tiebreaker is your opponent's win rate, and the second one is your own win rate. So ideally, I'd have to win 3-2 and lose 0-3 if I could control it. So if I had the balls to do it, I would have just lost this last game on purpose and tried to beat him with the Druid in the last game just to give him an extra win so his win rate is better, so my tiebreaker ends up being better. But I didn't have the balls to do it. I just took the 3-0 win. But I don't think that I'll make it with a 6-2 record, so I'll just have to win next week as well. But I'll just do that, no problem.
Easy peasy. I mean, you dominated House Rivalries, right? What's Max Open Cup? It's basically an easier field.
I guess it's your first participation in the Max Open Cup. I don't
Yes.
not yeah. What do you think about the event, the field? Maybe do you have
I love
something
the
to say?
event, honestly. It's great. Playing one match a week is nice, refreshing. You keep up with the game. There are a lot of great players in this event. Yeah, it's super cool, and you
Okay.
get the people get streamed every week. It's really nice and refreshing for competitive Hearthstone.
Oh, cool. Good. Glad to hear that. And what about the LHS format? I guess players like it more than Conquest, maybe because there often are Conquest tournaments. Do you think it's interesting for the players to play this format, or
Definitely,
only
definitely.
yeah, okay.
I love Last Hero Standing. Like it's been historically my favorite format by far. Like
Okay.
all
I
my
mean,
favorite
you're
events.
not biased at all. You didn't win DreamHack or anything.
No,
No,
I'm not biased at
no.
all. Sure. Even if I
Yeah.
would have lost every Last Hero Standing event, I would have probably prefer Last Hero Standing. It's so boring to always play Conquest in these major official Hearthstone esports events. And
Yeah. So on that topic, because that's a great segue. What server are you going to be playing the DreamHack event in next week? Because I'm pretty sure you'll be playing in it.
yeah, I'm gonna play on EU. I'm just gonna not bother with taking an easy server. I'm just gonna play my home server.
You're just going to dominate anyway.
yeah.
Like,
I
I don't need the handicap. I'm just going to win anyway. I like it.
I don't really call it an handicap because on EU the meta is usually more predictable because you can expect people to be better and therefore just bring the best decks and like the meta becomes more predictable. On the other servers, sure, you can say that they're a bit weaker, but they're also gonna bring wacky decks and then you're gonna end up playing against Warlock or some shit. Then you don't know what to do.
Okay, it's interesting. Yeah, and effectively, we should have the final round, Swiss round of the Max Open Cup 7 next week. But because of the DreamHack, we'll let the capacity to the players to play their DreamHack.
The event, the DreamHack event first,
Yeah.
you mean?
to play it, and we'll have the round 8 the week after that. So starting with 1st of August. That's it.
So you're delaying it by 1 week, or what do you mean?
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, great.
Yeah,
That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah, Max is saying to delay it so you guys can play DreamHack. And here's a thought of my own. So the next expansion is being released on the 3rd of August, I believe. 3rd of August, yeah, it's Tuesday. So
So
how
all
would
Swiss
that, how would
rounds.
that work with the matches exactly?
So all Swiss rounds will be with the old meta, and then the playoffs will be a new meta, right?
So with the incoming expansion of on 3 of August, we won't have the new cards on the round 8 of the Max Open Cup 7, because you have to make the to deposit your lineups for the round 8 before the 1st of August. So you have the previous decks. Because it
I
will
guess.
be yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we can just play with old cards when the new
Yeah.
expansion already is out. So we just
That's
have to
That's it.
look out for random generations. But
The round 8 would be with the known cards today. And,
okay.
Then,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then the playoffs will be with the new expansion.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
lovely.
guys. Yeah. Because every week, maybe you don't know on the chat. Every week the players can change their lineups, and it's done on the Saturday. Because we start the round on Sunday until Friday.
Can we just decide to play before the expansion drops? Like we can just talk to our opponents and agree on playing before the 3rd of August?
Yeah. So the round will start as usual on the Sunday, so you can play from the Sunday to Tuesday if you want to, and the rest of the week you can you're free.
Perfect.
But sorry, my inability to count here briefly. Okay, Paradox. Okay, guys, thank you for the games, and GG Burr0 for the 6-1. We wish you the best for the last confrontation. Not next week, but the one after it.
In DreamHack again, man. You can do it. I believe in you.
I hope
And I'm
so,
playing
yeah.
in Asia, so I don't have to play against you.
So we can win both, theoretically, yeah.
Easy,
Good luck to you as well.
Easy clap. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thanks for having me.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we're back with Paradox. So, as I said, no round 8 next week because of the DreamHack. We didn't want the players to have to choose between the DreamHacks and the Max Open Cup, because they wouldn't have choose the Max Open Cup. So it's delayed for 1 week. And then I have the planning for the next week after that. So from 2nd of August, we have three casts. The first one in French with Good Kid, it will be on Monday. The second one on Wednesday with Atomic in English, and the third one with me on Thursday. And it will be to the final Swiss round to know all the qualified players for the playoffs. And it will be really nice. It will be top 16, as you noticed before.
Yeah, you said it earlier. Yeah.
What about you, Paradox? So what you feeling about this evening? 2 different confrontations.
Yeah, I think the series are pretty well played overall, minus the unfortunate blunder from Chewie at the beginning of the series. But he said it himself, right? Like, stream nerves got to him. It happens to the best of us. Like, I've been on stage before. I know exactly what it feels like, and I can emphasize with that a lot. But of course, he's still in the event, and at the end of the day, right? Like, 5-2 at his first Max Open Cup is still a really good record, and he should take pride in that. Like, I know he's probably going to be beating himself up, but honestly, it was a good performance. And bringing BabyBear to Game 5, even after that, was still pretty admirable.
Yeah, it was really close, yeah. And yeah, it's part of the game to deal with the camera, with the streams. And sometimes when you make a good series week after week, you have to be streamed, to be broadcasted on the TV, like other events, Master Tours, like this. And it's part it's I guess those kinds of little events, little tournaments, make you get experience for greater events like Master Tours. And
like I was about to say, I brought it up time and again on this broadcast, but I cast House Rivalries quite a lot, which is another third-party event organized independently, right? So obviously, I'm very much for third-party Hearthstone, and I do very much agree, like being able to have this avenue that you all have created in, like Burr said, like once a week, just pop on down, you play LHS, you have a good time. Like a lot of people in the Meister Tourney Open group do play in the Max Open Cup. I don't have the standings in front of me. I know like UK player Pocket Train, like he plays in it a lot. I think he did pretty well at the start. Obviously Orange, like that's a big one. I don't remember exactly who else is playing in it. I'd imagine most of the server is, and I'm just forgetting people. But no, it's a very good event. I definitely endorse it. That's for sure. I mean, I have to. It's why I'm here, right?
Yeah, sure.
But no, I thank you for having me again. It's really nice to be here with you.
It's really nice of you, but it's me thanking you for being here with me. And after the Max Open Cup 7, we'll have another event. It's an invitational tournament. You may know it's the Max League 5. And for the first time, we're planning to have a qualifier. And I'm dealing invitations right now. But it will be for the qualifier will be from early September, and the Max League 5 will be from mid October, just after the Max LAN 3. Max LAN 3 in Paris, 9 and 10 of October. I hope you all be here from all Europe and all around the world if you want to.
That might be a little bit difficult in the current climate, but I think we'll try our best.
In October, it will be everything will be forgotten. We'll back to we'll back to the previous life and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Paradox, for having been here with me tonight. Thank you, chat. Thank you, players. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, world. Okay. See you.
We'll see you in 2 weeks, guys. Take it easy.